a bad thing happen here, and I was at a very big low.
Just hold and relax and think of those feet stopping. Right. Now you see where this comes, he gets worried.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a real wolf.
Hello, faceless.
Who's that?
So you hold, don't look at him. And right, can you just, well, you've just witnessed something there.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
I didn't want grey.
Yeah, and you've gone and bought it grey.
And I didn't want a huge horse, and
you bought one.
I didn't want something spooky.
And you got one.
And you got all three.
You got everything.
It's the rescue, Many Tears Animal Rescue.
Many tears, there are some tears at the moment.
Oh, look at the wolf.
Now I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh.
I'm so stupid. I thought didn't commit Menti, just didn't go on the bit properly or something.
Yes. Yes. Right, remember, release. Right, girls. We're getting there, aren't we, with this? See?
Okay, it's amazing. It's huge.
Yeah, and this is my dream.
Wow.
This is her only break.
This video is about to start now. They were just a few little clips of an amazing visit we had, me and Tanya, and was full of education for us, full of enlightenment, and just a wonderful, visit. And we will be going back there and keep you all posted with how things go. So I'll start the video now. It is a video with lots and lots of learning. It is a long one. You might want to do it in a couple of sessions, but for horse people, for learning, it's wonderful, and just for animal lovers, it's wonderful. It's just a great video. I hope you enjoy it.
Whoa, scary.
Well, it's
So
January.
you're intending just to scare the horse to death?
No. Yeah, this morning, we're January, middle of January. My plan was not to go out to horses until February, but this particular one, I've decided to go this morning and have a little look, because the story is this lady, she's got a rescue centre for animals. I'm not sure if it's horses or, why are you laughing?
I can't take you serious.
I've got sunglasses on because it's a beautiful day, and the sun's poking through, but have a look at Tanya, show that. It's a very cold day today.
But we know it's going to be lovely and
yes,
sunny
it'll be
later.
nice in a little while. So this lady's got a rescue centre. She's always dreamed on having a big Andalusian horse, okay? So the lady that runs the rescue centre, she's bought this Andalusian, and I've seen pictures of it, and it is huge from the photos.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, but from the photos it looks huge. I lived in Spain a couple of times, so I have worked with Andalusians. Now, story is, what's the lady's name?
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
And she's got a rescue. She has dogs,
Yeah,
cats, horses.
right, okay.
She runs a big rescue centre.
Okay.
So we've, obviously because she runs a rescue centre, we're not going to charge her.
We're not going to charge because it's hard enough financially trying to look after rescues. Well, the dream of having this beautiful Andalusian has turned into quite the nightmare. Her daughter has messaged us a few times, and it sounds very dangerous.
Luckily, she's only an hour away.
Yeah, she's an hour away, so we're on their way there now. It sounds dangerous. The horse is rearing, I think, and it just hasn't worked out. It was obviously missold, and then
when you think about it, how many horses have we been to that the people have bought them online without seeing them, and this happens?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
So much.
So anyway, we're on the way there now. I don't think it'll be a one visit on this. I think today's more going to have a look and assessing what can be done. Very rarely do I have horses at home now, but this might be a case of that. She sounds as if she's really, really upset about it all. So let's go and see what we all think and see whether anything can be done.
Blue skies.
Oh wow, I really do need my sunglasses on now.
Yeah.
Thin lanes again, aren't they, down here?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Frosty, frosty.
It's a nice little quaint cottage, isn't it? Oh.
Hang on a minute. There's the
Animal
rescue.
rescue.
That's the rescue. Many Tears Animal Rescue.
Many tears. There are some tears at the moment.
Oh, look at a wolf. There's a
Car
wolf.
park.
There's a wolf.
Oh, there's
and
loads
there's
of
another
people
one.
here.
Oh.
Okay. Many tears.
Many tears. Right, this must be it.
Oh wow, something's going on here today.
That's because you turned up.
I hope not.
Wow, it's busy. Oh, I suppose it's all the people that help.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of cars here.
All I can do is go in front of there, look, in front of the rubbish.
In front of the
I hope
rubbish.
they don't take me car. By the skips.
Crisp
Your
packets.
dreams not turning out just like you wanted it. We lived in Spain for a couple of times. So I have a fair bit to do.
Whoa.
Very leggy, isn't he?
Jeez.
It's enormous. That's what I thought.
Look at that mane.
Did they not tell you how big?
Yeah, but when they measure them, 9 times out of 10 they measure them half the way up their necks.
To make
Um,
them
yeah,
bigger
to
than
make them
they
bigger.
are.
And I didn't insist on seeing the measure on him. And they knew how big I was. They knew everything about me. I mean, I've been looking for a horse for 9 months.
Bloody huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's his name?
We call him Reno.
Reno or Remo?
Reno.
Oh, Reno, as in the,
That's a Reno.
as in the.
But it
Nevada-
means
is it
Black
Nevada
Christ,
Reno?
and I didn't fancy calling him Nazareno.
Black.
Christ.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh dear me.
Instead of oh Christ half the time.
Yeah. So how long, what's the story?
Okay, so when it's a bad story actually. It's just what you don't want. I waited a long, long time to have my own horse and not just a rescue. And I told all the people that were looking for me in Spain what I wanted, and I didn't want a grey because my own, the horse that I look after here. Is a grey and he has melanomas.
Well,
and
we've just had to have one put down.
Mac.
Lovely horse, Mac. And he had melanomas.
yeah, and
He was vetted as well. They didn't catch it. It was in his sheath.
oh,
yeah.
he's got it in his sheath,
Sheath,
and now
it's-
he's got it. He was supposed to have a biopsy on another one. He's had a big operation, but
Yeah.
anyway, so
Yeah,
I didn't want grey.
Yeah. And you've gone and bought it now.
And yeah, and I didn't want a huge horse, and
And you bought
I
one.
didn't want something spooky.
And you got one.
And you got all three.
She got everything.
Jenny.
I'm so stupid. I thought didn't commit meant he just didn't go on the bit properly or something. But what she meant was,
He didn't commit to going somewhere.
well,
Didn't commit to anything.
yeah, she said that when he was being
Goodness
ridden,
gracious.
and so I had him cut out there. I thought it was kinder to have him castrated before
Yeah.
he came over, so he was settled. I saw lots of videos of him. I mean, it was, I guess they're dealers, but
Yeah, but
it
they're
was.
very clever, they are
They're-
very
that's
clever at what they
yeah.
do.
So then he was up for sale such a long time, they dropped his price a lot.
Yeah.
And the day that they dropped
And we love
it
a
lot,
bargain.
and
Tanya
the
does
day-
anyway.
I had a bad thing happen here, and I was at a very big low. And from that moment, everything that could go wrong,
I'm filming, Charles.
him coming over, went wrong. There was a big storm, our
What?
roofs came off, all sorts of things happened.
Yeah.
It was like it was jinxed.
Okay.
He was very, very nervous. And I said, really? Because they hadn't told me he was very nervous, and they knew that I was older, and they knew about me. Anyway, he was very, very frightened, and we thought, well, okay, you've had a big storm down your way too, and it's a lot. He's travelled a long way,
Do you know if he was in his original home in Spain for...
over 8 months. The one that had him, because he was up for sale for a long time.
Okay, so he's been around
Yeah.
He's not really settled too long anymore. Yeah. He had the journey over.
Yeah.
Then he went to your friends.
Lots
Well,
of
he just went to the
transporters, and they
because
had
would
to
have
keep
been
him.
And then
And then he had a lot of scars on his face and a lot of lumps. He's got lumps here. The vet says it's scar tissue.
from a-
Something's happened.
that looks like it's a seroton.
Yeah.
Do you know what a seroton is?
Is it like a hackamore or something?
It's a metal band with spikes
in.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's a metal band, and I will put pictures up of it. And underneath they have varying degrees of spikes.
Yeah.
Metal spikes, some of them.
It's like like a serrated edge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that if they go up, they get real pain. And we've been at
Farriers.
ferias in Spain where they have meetings of all the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're lovely to go to.
Yeah.
Have you been to them?
No, I've seen
No.
them.
And you see all the girls on the back with their lovely dresses.
Yeah.
And we've seen
Blood.
blood just gushing down these faces.
It's awful.
Used correctly, maybe there's some benefit in it,
Yeah.
but I don't see
No,
it.
no.
So that's what I think that is. So it's a sign he's had some harsh treatment over there.
He
That's,
did try and rear with me, and he's been castrated now for 3
Does he?
months.
See,
6.
3 months is not
Yeah.
enough time to...
But he was no indication at all, none at all. We were just walking along, and suddenly he bunny hopped and then mounted the horse I was riding.
Yeah.
stallion-y at all.
No.
Yeah,
It was so out with the blue.
yeah, it was, and it was.
So you were
obviously-
riding yesterday?
I was riding the grey because he was supposed to have a.
Who was riding this?
And
Me.
she was
You
riding.
were riding.
She's a good rider, and she's
We
just.
were just trotting along. He literally just went like that and just jumped up. And I was like, oh, okay. I had no say in the matter.
Wow.
And yesterday, he wasn't happy about crisp packets and a cobweb.
But he's
Yeah.
reared up with you on the road, hasn't he, when he didn't want
it's-
to go
Yeah, he
somewhere?
spins with me. He's
How old is he?
6.
Okay.
And it's not nice. It's
No,
in fact,
I mean-
he pirouetted the other day, but that was more understandable. It was sheep suddenly appeared, but or if he really has something that fears him, and we treat him like everything scares him. We never put. In fact, we rode in the round pen. We put a whip, just a schooling whip, to stop him from going out, and he was terrified, absolutely terrified.
Yeah,
we've worked him with a whip.
Things are symptoms of causes, so
Yeah.
you can see that...
We can put him in the round pen.
he's
nice
had-
big round pen.
I'll watch you with him first.
Nice big round pen over there. Right. 2 seconds.
Mum lived out in Arizona for a long time, so she...
Phoenix?
No, Tucson.
Tucson, Arizona.
My husband comes from.
Did you go to Tombstone?
Yeah.
Oh, we love
We
it.
went
there.
there. We went...
Go to the White Stallion Ranch. That's where we live.
No, did you?
Yeah.
No, we didn't go
Wow.
there.
We've got friends who.
We stayed in
travelled from
Tombstone.
Vegas to it.
Tombstone.
Oh, Tombstone, we enjoyed that
loved
more
it,
than
yeah.
life itself.
Yeah. I did a sponsored ride out there.
Did you?
$3,500.
Hey, you've got a life.
Wow.
Oh, she's done loads of
Wow.
She walked Land's End to John O'Groats
Oh, right.
Wow.
to raise money for the rescue.
Wow. So, Sylvia, is this your rescue?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Okay, I'm going to butt in now just for a second. The more we were with Sylvia, the more we realised with things we were being told how dedicated Sylvia's life had been towards saving animals, really. She had done all sorts of adventures, all for charity, has raised hundreds of thousands of pounds, really, over the years, and just dedicated herself completely to animals. And she said to me, whatever animals she gets involved with, she sees it that she is the guardian of those animals, and she will do anything to make sure that they have a good life. Oh, got a visitor. Got a visitor to come up. Hello. So yeah, she's an amazing woman, really. The more you get to know what her life's been about, and just generally everything really about her. So that's why it's it is a little bit upsetting and kind of unfair she'd never bought herself anything really, animal rise, and she'd had the dream, and everyone thought she'd more than earned her Andalusian, you know, horse dream, and you know, it hasn't at the moment worked out, but she's very determined, and I'll give her some help, and I'm sure other people will, and I'm sure I feel like it's gonna work out for it. It's got to, hasn't it? So, oh, and I'll just mention this here is a book that all the proceeds from this book go to charity. So if you get a chance, I would think you could buy it online. So Tanya's going to read. What is it at the back there, Tanya? It's just a...
Yeah, this is a story of one woman's dream to ensure all animals, but especially dogs, would be treated with love and dignity. It tells how she enrolled a family of wonderful staff, fosterers, supporters and fundraisers, and many tears rescues were born. A journey started with a dream and ended with a reality. Read her story, laugh, cry and believe and achieve we can all make a difference. Every penny raised from this book will go directly to saving dogs' lives. And they say, the soul can have no rainbows unless the eyes have shed some tears.
Okay, it's amazing. It's huge.
Yeah, and this is my dream.
Wow.
This is her only break.
He's just busy,
So
but
we got
this
some good
guy,
things here.
but this guy, I the whole time have to think what's going to happen. It's an American
quarter horse,
Scottish
is it?
saddle horse. And she has cute laminitis. But when we had her, she was in a right state, and when we homed her, and then they phoned up a year later and said they didn't want her anymore. And in the States, if you put her in rescue, after a year of the people give them to the Mustangs.
Howdy.
They belong to the people, and then they can just go for meat. So we flew her home. We can risk more.
And I'll tell you when to stop, and just watch how you're handling the setting.
On fast fibre trap, we done a mix some linseed, the micronized linseed and some soy oil.
You see his front is very big, right? Now, I think it's doing around another 100 kilos. Feel good. But the best I found for these sort of horses is the build. It's not as huge, it's for me. Right, okay, so at the count of 5, if you can stop with him. Alright? Okay. And again, walk again and then stop with him.
He doesn't like being led on this side so much, which is why I'm doing it. He
Okay.
wants to go on the other side,
Okay, well you know why that is, don't you?
because he's had everything done for
Yeah.
him, so-
It's worldwide. We do pretty much everything.
Yeah.
That side.
And the other side, he's like.
I can't see because of the
Yeah.
sun there, so she needs to tell him. Tell him.
Are you noticing he's quite on top?
Yeah.
Of Sylvia. And then stop immediately. Okay. Are you seeing that? There's no real respect of the horse space.
Yeah. He's more worried this side. When we walk
Go
this
the other
way,
side then and
yeah.
show me the other side. When you're riding him, really, you're leading him but off his back.
Yeah.
Okay? We're really leading but a different elevation, all right? If he doesn't respect a few things about you, when you ride, he'll get worried. He's got to take your lead.
Yeah.
Yeah? So stop again. Okay, now from where you are now, see if you can back him away from you. From where you are,
Like this.
well, just stay where you are and back him away from you. Back him 5 foot away from you. Stand towards him. Don't go towards
You
him.
don't mind me
Just back him away. Don't go towards him, just back him away. Bump the rope. Okay. Okay. Now I'm noticing you're looking at his head all the time. Agreed? Can you see look? I would change that and start looking at his feet. Because it's his feet you want to control, okay? So to make any difference and any changes, you've got to change what you're doing. Because it's not, things aren't getting better every day, are they? So you've got to try something different, okay? So I would say we need to try to be a little bit more assertive, because he's nervous, the worst thing is to be like creeping around him and be too touchy-feely, too close. He needs a little bit of leadership. In other words, you know, he will respect the handler a little bit more, as if he's thinking, oh, I'm being a silly sod really.
Can you come?
But are you okay with me just being a bit more assertive? He will get upset a little bit because he wouldn't have, you know, he's not had that for a while. But I need him to stop immediately. I stop and I need it. Yeah, and again. That's because he's on the side he doesn't like. Okay. Okay, stop.
Now he's
Okay.
starting to worry. He
So,
doesn't understand
yeah.
my attitude.
He's getting worried and he's not got, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because most horses, your horses, I bet they're all fine with you. You've got one that needs a different approach to try and improve things. It seems to me when his feet are still, he's a different horse. It's all to do with movement. Does that make sense what I just said? It seems to me everything's still, fine. As soon as there's any movement, he's getting a bit tight and a bit up. So it's the movement side of it that...
It's a miracle. Oh, we like it down there.
We love Kent.
We're going down to Kent, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to do a few.
Yeah, we're going to do a few horses down there.
Okay, have you tried him out? So you said plastic bags.
Crisp packets.
Crisp packets.
Packets, yeah.
And plastic bag.
Right, get some crisp packets ready and plastic bags.
They're all outside ready.
Let me just do a little bit of groundwork. But you know, like I said.
So that is the point where I'm given the lead rope. Never touched him before, and you'll see me ask for a bit of space in a minute. That's the first interaction I've had with him. It was important to see the first interaction I have, really. I used to learn more by seeing what a horseman did right from the off. So you'll see that now.
Have many men worked him while he's been here?
No, none.
No men?
No.
Okay.
My husband's, he was a cowboy, and he's a little bit
He was
more like that.
Sorry?
He's more assertive.
My husband was...
Well, what happened then, I haven't made it personal with him.
Yeah.
I didn't look at him. He thought that meant the world to him. He just went, see what you're about now. And he just went to walk into my space, didn't he? I didn't make it personal. I said, no. When I ask you to, you can.
Yeah.
So my space, I will have a bubble. And that's the way horses work. You watch them in the wild, the way they are, in herds. It's all about space. Everything is about space. So he kind of, and I don't want this to be upsetting in any way.
Don't worry, I teach dog training, say things to people.
Okay. He's not seeing you as a leader. Now, I'm not saying he wouldn't nap with me out.
Yeah.
Once I've got this done, it's something that might have to build over months. But you can't keep going the way you are, because if things are getting worse, he's getting less and less distrust. He's getting more distrust. The evident there straight away, he's getting up about you asking him to do anything, so he's not trusting what you're asking. So a lot of that comes from him having a respect of space for me. Okay, so now in Spain, I would say he's probably been handled more with men. When we lived in Spain that couple of times, I took 2 horses there when we went to live for the 6 months. Took 2 horses over. Very soon realised it's the ratio compared with the UK is the flip side.
Yeah.
It's mostly girls and women here that ride. Not that many men. It's mainly men, not so many women. So I would say he has had a man trainer. It's more likely, okay? He's had a man trainer and been dealt with men a lot. Well, just before I do anything with him, I'm just going to ask him, do you lower his head much?
No, I haven't done... Oh, yeah, I've done the...
I'll do
this,
it.
Where he puts his head between his legs. I do that every night.
Do you hand feed him? Do you hand feed him?
Every night I give him a treat.
Do you hand feed him?
Yeah, every night I give him a treat.
Okay. Now, I know we use it for dogs, and most animals respond in a real good way. I find with a horse like him, and a nervous horse, if you ask me what's the worst thing of all you could ever do, is let him take feed from you. Right? They don't. An alpha horse, we have got to be alpha. It's a partnership, but we've got to be alpha. We have to be. I have to control his feet, else it's anarchy. We won't last very long, will we? If I allow him to come into my space and take my feed, and he knows the difference between a bucket and taking it from your hand, every time you do it, he can't trust you more and more and more.
I always make him do something for it. He
Well,
always has to perform.
it's my, all I can do is give you my opinion.
Sure.
You have to, people I trained with in the States and for years done all of these different things with different horsemen, more than half, I don't do. It didn't sit well with me. So you have to just drag what works for you. You might continue the hand feeding. All I can tell you is my advice is never do that again in your life. Okay? And if you were going to put feed down in a bucket, you ask him to move back and then you say, you okay? And he'll know the difference.
She can put a carrot in a bucket.
Yeah, carrot in a
I
bucket.
think
just not from
he
hand.
does back up to
But I'm
get his
saying, if
feet
he takes it from your hand,
Yeah.
you know,
didn't
not
know
all
how to do
horses,
it.
a lot of horses you can get away with it, a lot of horses people train, click and give feed and
Yeah.
all that. There's some horses you can't. I don't think he's one you can.
So I thought he might like me more and respect
He
me
probably
as well.
thinks, is that it?
But because
Huh?
but I'm not arguing with you. I just
No,
want to
no.
explain. I
Your
thought I'd
thoughts.
teach him to do some tricks, and one of them was to put his head between his knees and maybe bow or whatever.
Well, it's called
and-
carrot stretching and things like that.
Yeah,
All
and
I
I
can
thought-
say is, until,
Look.
right, what was that then?
And
He just, did you?
can I please suggest something?
Yes.
Can you move over there? Because it's the sun and it's lovely and everybody can't see you and everybody's sun's in everybody's eyes.
Yeah, that's much
Right.
better for
Yeah,
me.
and just even a bit more, please.
Is it bad for you now? Can you see?
No, it's fine.
Blinded by the light.
You can be squinty.
Yeah, that's fine.
I personally wouldn't. Look, you decide.
No, that's
You know, I might
fine.
leave here, say, what a load of rubbish. That's fair enough. All I can do is my best and tell you.
So would you do it all
I would
on
never
passion?
hand feed him. It's not the hand feeding, it's the coming into space and taking your feed. Do you think a horse that was in charge of him would allow him to come and have their feed?
Okay, so
If there's another horse there that's in charge,
No,
he'd come in
so no.
before he got anywhere near that feed. That alpha would have him gone. Now, if not, then he's not the alpha.
See those ears? See the baby? The baby went, okay, I don't want it. See? The baby got corrected. Baby got corrected because it didn't yield. That horse pinned his ears and said, get away.
Teaching him to bring his head down, which
Right.
I think was what would you do it?
Yeah.
Right,
Pressure
I'll
release.
show you.
Pressure release.
I would lower this head as much as you can. When you go into it, you'll be doing more for him to lower his head the way I'm going to show you now than giving him treats.
okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Loving on him and giving him biscuits and carrots, it just doesn't work with a horse like this, in my opinion. Okay? Right, so I'm just. What means more to him than anything is how we make them feel around us. That's what means something to him. Okay? And having a leader in the sense that he can just go, I'm okay. Okay? And comfort and safety. Right, so I'm going to try and lower his head. Now, so all I'm going to do is put a little bit of pressure underneath here, but I've got to release it when he drops. Okay? So I'm thinking down, and I'm just going to put a bit of pressure and release just for that second there, okay? So he has to have a little period to say he's got no pressure now, has he? So I'm thinking down. If he goes up, that's a good thing because I'll just wait until he drops. So now I'm just going to rock it. So he's got a little bit of discomfort. He's going up against me now, so I'm not releasing. Now, did you see the little drop there for a second? Tell him that's what I want. Think it again, and then drop again. But I've got to have little releases in between so he knows that's the answer. And everything a horse craves is just no pressure, just release of everything. Or a release slightly of the bit for doing the right thing, for the right position. Now he's going up, and I'm holding. Now he's going down, so I've let go. Now I'm going to let go for the try, tell him how good he is. I'm just going to lock him a little bit because I don't want him rubbing on me. Right, now if he goes forward with his feet, I'll back him up and start again.
So it's just a little bit of pressure and a release. And what happens is, you notice a difference in his eyes here. You'll notice a change. Horses with the heads up, which is what he does, that's when they're wide-eyed and they're worried about stuff. Not when they're down. You'll see a lot of quarter horses, they're trained and their heads come down
It's
quickly.
horrible, isn't it?
I don't like it, but you see they're very relaxed when they do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the more relaxation he can feel around us, right, you'll see him go dopey. So now only releasing the pressure when he comes down. If he goes up, again, it's a good thing because then you can hold it until he finds the right decision again. Okay? No need for carrot. So he's gone up, which is good, but I haven't released. Have not released. So I'm going to wait now for it to drop even slightly, and then he'll get a release. So if he held that for an hour, it would be an hour benefit, because then he has to work out and try all sorts. So there he's going for a carrot. So he's going for something. Can you see that?
Yeah.
He thought, well,
If he was loose, he would then put his head there. He'd be asking
okay.
for
So
his-
okay, can you see how that's working now? So you can do that each day and really let him know. It won't take you long. Just sit with him so he's relaxed and that. But he's not having. It's not a food reward. Okay. So see his eyes now. See what's just happened.
Well, we can't because his fringe is in the way.
He's got a lot of hair.
He has got a lot. I can see his eyes. Yeah, they're
I
shutting.
can't see his eye at all.
I can. He's
Right, I'll see
shutting.
if I can do that then.
Put his hair in the middle.
He's too pretty.
He's sticking out his ear the other way. From
Look,
that's fine.
if we can't ride him, we just look at him, can't we? Huh? Right, so now that was 1 foot too much. Right. So right from the off, I'm saying unrequested forward motion is an absolute no-no. While I'm connected to him. One, I'm not. He can do what he wants. Not a lot you can do about it. So I'm just gonna get this. And what this is doing, because I might have to firm up in a little while, be a little bit firmer with him about space, I'm just showing him I'm a good guy as well here, okay, before I do. So let's just see if we can get him down again. You'll see him start to, it has an effect like a shark. When you put a shark over on its belly, it has a similar, see, that's not disrespectful, that's
Have you ever put a shark over on its belly?
Yeah, loads.
A bit like a rabbit. I've done a rabbit.
Okay, so we're getting there, aren't we, with this? See? Okay? So he knows I'm a good guy, but that was unrequested, so I'm not going to look at him. I'm just going to ask him. What about my space now? I didn't want that towards me in my space. He's licked and chewed.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. So, what I'm going to do, if you move back a little bit out of the way.
And can I just say, the sun is there, so try not to go over there.
Right.
As
I'm
it just
gonna-
goes blurred, you can't
first thing I'll
see.
ask him, I need to control his hindquarters.
Okay.
So I've got to be able to, when a horse does this, he might not do it straight away, but when a horse's hindquarters cross like that, he has, if you do it, cross your legs, you can't go nowhere really, can you? That split second, you can't do a lot. Well, a horse that's nervous, I go to a lot of horses, they won't do it, they'll step around like this,
Yeah, sure.
because they're ready to go. As soon as they do this, they momentarily lose their power of flight, because most of the motor is the back end. So I go to a lot of horses that won't do it, and I have to keep going until I prove to them that they can give up their power of flight and live through it. Okay, so we'll start on the side that we do a lot on. Okay, so. Yeah, he did it, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
So now I'm going to stop. Immediately stop for me then. So I wouldn't do anything because that's exactly what I wanted. He had respect for me, he stopped, he's okay about it. So. There. That's lovely. Same thing again. On a nice one. So I'm going to wait here. There, could you see the difference? Then, stop. Could you see the difference then? When he really gave up. One more time this side. There. There, see the difference? Stop, back up, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, stop. Beautiful. You've got a brain.
Thank God.
So I can go into his space because I'm alpha. I control his feet. So I can go in, I can say, you're all right. But my main thing is controlling a horse's feet. So I look at those more than looking at him. I just looked at him then, and I could see a slight change then when I looked, because I was looking at the mark on his nose, and I noticed him just slightly. The more we look at the feet, the more you'll be able to control him in all situations. Because all we're doing is having a connection to what those are doing. Now he's going to get up a little bit more now, isn't he? Because I'm coming this side.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Go. Same thing. No, that's okay. Back up. Yeah, back up. Forward with the feet. Better than I thought. More relaxed than I thought, because this is his bad side. Back up. Forward with the feet this way. Beautiful. This way. Beautiful. Disengage, back up 2 paces. 1. I'm going to lower his head. So he has just done everything I just asked him. In a nice way, would you say?
Yeah, he's a lot better on the other one.
And me.
I have tried really hard because he was very, well, he is
Right.
still on the road, isn't he?
Now then.
To be on one side.
Now then. I've just, for minutes, said, my bubble is my bubble. I'm going to be as kind as I can with you, but I am leading the dance. Look at the change in it. Would you say you've seen a change? Is there a little change here?
Yeah,
Come in?
he's not wanting to beat up on his face.
Oh, no, well, that's everything to me, my space. But it's going to mean he's going to feel better. I'm going to make him feel better than you, girls, because your space is not as important to you, and you let him take feed from you. I know it's going to be hard for you to stop doing that, and hard for you maybe to be more of a leader. I bet you could do anything you want with those guys in there. I bet they're all fine, aren't they? He's slightly different, isn't he? So you've got to change. Just check what he's like for a leading to driving exercise. Okay? Have you seen me ever do that? It's where you lead them around, and then you change the leading to the driving. And what horses do in the wild, they'll follow. Okay? So that's the lead-in. They'll follow, and they can be pushed by the stallion or the lead mare, by the alpha, by someone who has to take care of them. So I'm going to see what that's like now. So if you can,
Should we go out? Is it better to go out or just
yeah,
back?
you can stay in if you want. But so does that make sense? What I've just said? Now he might get really up about this, and I want to see where he is. So I'm going to start with the side that he's comfortable with people on. Okay. So I'm going to lead him. This is the leading side of it. I don't want him right by me. Okay.
Don't go too far left.
No. That's the lead-in. Okay. Now I'm going to take this space here. There's the driving. Now I'm driving him. Better than I thought. Now is the lead-in. Now I do this for an hour, see? So there's the lead-in. Now I'm taking this space here. There's the driver. I'm driving him. Now I'm leading him. Now I'm driving him. Now I'm leading him. Is this clear to you what I'm doing? Really, really good exercise. For us, for him to feel better about us, him making the decisions for him. So there's the leading. There's the driving. Now I'm not making it about him. I'm making it about the space. I'm not doing anything because I'm changing that. This is not about him, it's about that space there. I want that space there. Right? Something that he can relate to. So I'm looking around here and there. I want that there. So I'm driving him. Yeah. Now, I'm thinking about his left foot landing. His left foot landing. Stop the left. Send the left back. Thank you. And just let him sit for a second now. Now, remember, whenever you do an exercise, to all of the relaxing, constantly getting him to relax after something. Now he's gone up, that's fine. So I'll just wait again. Round a person, we can get him to feel better. It gets to the stage where some horses I've had of my own have been very nervous. Obviously over the years I'm given horses that people can't really. And I get to the stage where I can go into a stable and they immediately drop their head. See, he only licked and chewed then when he dropped his head. So after a lot of, if you were round penning here or whatever, or doing a bit of groundwork, just sit for a while and let him just lower his head and let him chill, yeah? And then go back up. So he'll get so used to going up about something, down about something. See, he's come up there. Look how quick. This now is just a little bit of pressure and wait. You're thinking not about the giving at the pole. I know you said he's not on the bit and he's not, you know. So we're not thinking about that. It's about this dropping. So the part you're looking at is this neck drop. Okay. So as soon as I move away from him, back to his worriedness, so the more you can do it, the better. There. And that's already I'm putting a cue in there for you now, so it'll be easy for you to do this, because he's starting to learn. Now, I'm going to do the other side. What are you expecting on the other eye?
I expect to feel confused.
On the other eye. See, he feels, on the other eye, he's right in your space, so he might find this a bit more difficult. Okay, so, obviously then I've got to lead him this way. Then I'm going to come in behind, same thing, and lead him, and drive him. Better than I thought. So lead in. Do you see he's tipping his head? He tipped his head then because he wanted me on the other side. So I just stuck with it until, yeah, not as bad as I thought he might be, but yes, there's a change, isn't there? Slight change. Lead in. Yeah. See, I would get this really good. I would really practice this. But this would be a section of this. So he's really look, he's not comfortable there. Do you see him he's tipping his head? But it's not worth you leading in this side if he's encroaching on you and being too close to you, because that just gets it worse. He's getting much better. He's leading to driving. He's quite sensitive. I would think he could be very, very light to ride. And there he's come. Did you see why I did that?
Yeah.
You saw it. You didn't miss that. He thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna cut you. Now, an alpha horse, a lead mare or a stud, they wouldn't miss that either. I didn't miss it. It would have meant a lot to him if I'd have missed that. You know. Perfect. Now the reason I'm going to stop him there, I even thought that then, and he responded just how I wanted. So we'll see if we can lower his head, decide he doesn't want people on. There's a difference between me going into his space and him coming into mine. That's the big difference. I've come into him because I'm allowed to, but he isn't allowed to encroach into me. Licked and chewed, feels okay about it. Yeah. Okay. He prefers his head down. See, when he sees something, oh, and then just keep on dropping that head. Nervous horses, heads down. I went to a symposium. If you were in America, do you remember a guy called John Lyons?
I bought some of his stuff.
You remember him? Not many people do.
Yeah.
And I went to a symposium in Florida. He was a very religious man, you know, he used to do the sermon before. But they say he was America's most popular horseman at one time. Very good trainer. He ended up, do you remember his legs were like that? He rode that much, his legs, and he couldn't ride in the end. But
that pressure. So that's the cue that I need to set up and to reteach him. Now,
this particular outing was Arabian Nights. Have you heard of that? Where you go and you watch the Arabians and you have a meal, and it was a lovely place. And they'd had a beautiful horse, probably similar to him, for the shows, and he was very nervous. His head was up, and he was hollowing out, and they couldn't ride him properly. They spent a lot of money on him, and they brought him in as a demonstration. Big round pen, and we were all round seated. He said, "What we're going to do now? We're going to teach him to lower his head while riding." So what he did was, with the bit, he held straight arms. You have to have it straight arms, so it's a different feel in the mouth than asking for a pole give. Pole give is back here, isn't it? This was straight out, and he raised his arms, and he kept them there till the horse dropped its neck slightly. So instead of the release that I'm doing, it was a release in the mouth. So he kept doing that for about 30 minutes. So every time he went to lift his arms, the horse's head came right down to the floor. And then he started doing a little circle in the middle of the pen. And every time that horse's nose came up a few inches from the floor, he'd do it again and again till the horse was going around with his nose on the floor. And what do you think happened?
You lay down.
He lay down. He lay down. And he said, "That's what I was trying to show." And it's his little thing he shows people. And he made that horse lie down. Problem is, everyone said, "Oh my God, that's unbelievable. That's amazing." Following day, obviously he'd gone to another part of America, wherever he was going. I saw So we used to stay, didn't we, Tanya, by this place. Saw, well, there's a couple of the riders. They said, we're having a nightmare this morning. Every time they went to use the bit riding, horses' heads on the going right down. So you've got to be careful what you do sometimes. To get rid of one problem, you can create other things. So okay, I'm pleased with that. Now I'm gonna just check the gap. Going through a gap. I'm gonna try and not move. I'm gonna draw. Right. So I looked at his feet. I felt a little bit with him on me there. So I just looked at his feet and backed him off. You saw that? Looked at his feet and just did whatever I needed to do. Just move out my space. So I'm going to draw a little line. It's going to be quite close to the edge. And I'm going to send him through. And I'm going to try and stay put. Send him through, disengage him. And send him through, feet forward again. And I'll keep doing that. Hopefully he's not too nervous. He might start trotting through. I don't want him to trot through, but I'll allow him to. Till he'll walk through with quality. So I'm directing his feet with all of those cues that I've just done will be counted into that, everything. Forward with the feet, disengage, forward with the feet the other side, and don't push into me, which is the space thing. So all will be encountered into that, all included in that one exercise. So you don't do that until you've got the other things done, all right? The line, so I'm going to try and stay where I am. Okay, looking down here, I'm having to move. Nice. There's my disengage. Nice. There's my disengage. Right. Now you see when this comes, he gets worried. So he's been walloped with a rope without a doubt. So I'm gonna carry this on now. We're finding something here. So all I wanted then was a forward movement. So that avoiding me will get him absolutely nowhere. No, I keep this going till he's comfortable with this myself. And if he comes up about it, then that to me, I'll just keep going till he accepts it.
So if he put this into a riding term and something that he wouldn't go forward on, would you let him stand and look at it and absorb it?
Very much in the situation.
Yeah. Because with me, he spins to get away from it. Sometimes he quivers, his front legs actually shake. And then eventually he sorts it out. It's like that with sheep. We have a lot on the side of the road.
Do you understand what she's saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Like if you were
Not quite here, but let me just get this done.
yeah.
See, very much, it's not how we start something, it's how we finish something. You see the head drop there? Did you notice the head drop? That was where I'd finished the first little bit. You work through a problem.
you work through a problem. It's where you finish. It's that last second of where you finish. Now, if I'd have had a break when he was getting upset, that's where he finished. If we'd have had a walk round then, but the fact that I worked through that problem then, a bit like the Chris in a little while, we'll have a little look at that. See where he's dropped his head to? You see?
Do you think he did that because he did it the first few times, he went through quite nicely? Did he jack it in?
No.
Or did he
It was.
something
I think it was the.
person walking
Yeah, out here.
Yeah.
He's so used to having to take care of himself
Yeah.
that he came up and that's the life he's lived.
Yeah.
He gets upset about something and he's not looking for anything from us.
Yeah. So he's not taking any guidance at all.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Sylvia? He's not looking for guidance in the situation where you're having your spins. So because we're only leading them from a different elevation, we get on and we're leading. It's the same thing. We're leading them really. So we get everything good. If he's getting worried on the ground like this, you get that done before you start risking your neck going out there. Everything's got to be good on the ground. And the crisps, if he can't cope, now that wasn't disrespectful in my book. That was a little bit different. He's sort of nuzzling me and I'm saying yes. But if he'd have come forward and, you know, that's lovely. But at the same time, I'm going to say, it's lovely, thank you, but just step back, yeah? Go to the areas. You'll start off with one route that you will ride. One route. You pick one. And you walk him on that route. Maybe a half a mile, is it? How far is it that you go on?
It's about 5 mile round block.
5 miles? Well, you know, 5 miles, is it? If you've got a smaller one, maybe 2 mile.
No, there isn't. You have to go back on yourself.
Do you?
That's the small-
See, with the horse that I've just had, the new one, with him I led him on 2 routes that I was going to do his first rides on. Got him really comfortable with everything. So I personally would pick a route, get him really comfortable, make sure on that route you have all of what I'm getting, you get your respective space, you get it all. So it's no different out there. If a horse rears, if I have to work with a rearing horse, then I make sure there's a really good rein back. I make sure I can take the hind end from the saddle, so I can use my one rein and kick them out of gear, so that they keep doing this. If one went to rear, there's got to be a consequence. Not in hurting the horse. Some people will whip them, or whatever they do. If he went to rear with me, I would disengage him probably 20 times. But with quality, everything has, not losing my head, I would disengage maybe 20 times. And then say, if you go to rear again, we'll do the other side. But we'll do it with quality. So you turn it in. So in other words, he causes his own work. So it's his idea.
Probably the worst day I had, which probably a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, we were going up the hill. He was going quite well. We went past the flapping flag and all that, and I was riding him. I wasn't just sitting there because Bryony said, you know, be aware, ride him. And we were going up a hill, and they went, no, I don't want to go. And he tried to spin round, and I put him back to where I wanted him and tried to push him forwards, and he did a little rear, and it went on and on and on. And a girl came in a car, and she said, do you want to get off? I said, no, he's got to work through this, because I thought that's what he should. And then I pushed and pushed, and he wouldn't go forwards, and she wanted to get to work. There was no way for her to go around me. I didn't think, Bryony said she'd have gone home a bit and then turned him again and gone.
Who knows?
I wouldn't. I was being stubborn,
Right.
I guess.
If that was me, at my age, I would have probably got off. Years ago, this is telling me something about you.
She's in it.
Huh?
She's in it.
I
No, he went sideways.
We're gonna get hurt if we go against. He was telling you. I personally, if that was getting to that stage, it's easy for you to hop off. He's very iron.
He obviously can't get back on.
So that's why. With the consideration of my age and your age, I mean, we've still got life left in us, but you know what I mean? 1 fall. Is it worth your mum risking that? It's not, is it?
A long way down.
I know.
Okay.
How'd you get on? Does he side up okay?
Yeah, we walk up the jump. We have one of those jumps and we just walk up.
Have you taught him to side up?
No, not really.
You know what I'm talking about? Well, one of the most important aspects for me, because I've got a really bad ankle, I can't spring now. Like when you go to get on, I can't spring. And I used to always say to people, if you can't get on your horse from the ground, you shouldn't, it's too big. But now I don't say that because I can't get on anything from the ground. But I teach them all to side up, so that when I get up on a big rock or whatever, a bank, that when I lift my rein or my halter, the horse will come in for you to pick you up.
Black and white one.
Just bring a couple of them in.
I'm just going to turn this off a second, all right?
So let's see if he'll go across there all right. Now, I put my hand up to block him then, didn't I? Did you see me put my hand up? That was to tell him, doesn't matter about this, you still got to respect me. So I'm looking at his feet here, and I'll only release them when he goes forward with his feet. Lovely. What a brave fella. Hindquarters, remember my hindquarters? Remember my forward? See the control I'm getting here? Hindquarters, back up 3 paces. No, not 4. 1, 2, 3. That was 1, 2 towards me, so I'm going to send him back 2. Thank you. Alright? Now he's up a little bit, so what do you think I might do? Yeah, you're getting it, girls. And this will feel good to him. If your mum can take 20% of what I'm saying, you know, don't take it all, because people that like I said before, I do a lot.
You've said I believe in, so
Okay, well we're
if I
getting
didn't believe
all right
in,
then.
I would do my own thing, but
Exactly, but if you do, right, crisp packets then.
Yeah, how just
Okay, so
scattered around
just,
apparently.
yeah, don't really show them to him, just put them around. Like, anyway.
He's like, you're liars, all of you.
Yesterday, everyone.
Right. If he's frightened of something, you've got to make it his idea to want to be by something he's frightened of. And there's many different ways of doing it. I find one of the best ones is to put a load of crisp packets there, lunge him, do something, or ride him.
Yeah.
Just let him rest by a crisp packet.
Yeah.
You make him want to be by it. It's a bit like the corner of arena. I had to go to one not long ago. You see how I'm looking at his feet, not him? If I looked at him, then he'd have gone. He's starting to realise it's not personal about him. I'm not going to hit him. I just want these in the desired place for me. I control those while we're connected. Is it starting to go in here? Yeah, definitely with you, definitely. I think it is. Yeah, it wouldn't go in the corners of the arenas. If you've ever rode a horse and they won't go in the corners, a lot of the times they're used to jumps being stored there and stuff. So a corner of an arena becomes a bit of a thing where they shoulder away from it. So simple to sort out. You just start off on the ground, get them a little bit tired, they want to stop, take them over, let them rest in the corner. Quarter of an hour, off you go again, do it again. Next time, ride, go and stand in the corner, rest. Even if you can't get into the corner, get someone else to go there, stand in the corner with you, let them rest, go and ride again. It doesn't take long. They realise that corner was a good thing. And the only trouble is then you can't get them out the corner. So,
well, you know, he's 6. He's 6. He's been a stallion. He doesn't sound like he's brilliantly schooled yet. He ain't done a lot, has he? You've probably got a 3-year-old really in his. So you've got a baby here. Probably haven't been out much. So I think maybe we're expecting too much because he looks more than he is. He looks like this amazing horse that will. The dream, isn't it? He's done nothing, I don't think. So it's going to be a. Sounds like you are determined. Okay, yeah.
We're going to put that.
So we've got a box coming in now, Tan.
Okay.
But Sylvia said there's no way he'll entertain it. So we're just going to see whether some of the work I've done has helped out a little bit.
Do you know what he looks like?
What?
The noble steed out of Shrek. You know when the donkey, do you know when the donkey turns into a noble steed? He's stunning, isn't he? Look at his mane.
If you can chuck some sand on it,
Yep.
and then just give me that ice. Whatever you want to do. Well, okay. This is no different than that's a trailer ramp.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I know it's
So-
very narrow.
I'm just going to see whether I can get a foot forward, but there I blocked him because he thought about coming here.
Yeah.
So I blocked him. Now he's considering it a little bit. I'll let him rest for a second. All right? Now I'm going to ask for a foot forward, and now he considered it. At least, so he's had a little bit of a reward for considering it. Okay? I might ask him to lower his head and relax around it. Okay? There. So it's a matter of rewarding a try.
How if he kept backing up? Because when I first tried it, he just kept backing.
Yeah, no, I can fit.
Would you?
I'm dealing with something now that he's convinced he shouldn't. Remember?
Yeah.
He's convinced he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because the ending hasn't been, he's soaked on the fact that he shouldn't.
So if he's just dragging backwards, you just keep the pressure.
A little bit, or I'd move him around.
Okay.
Okay.
Now he's quite close to it there. That's a try.
Yeah.
Right there. That's telling him it's okay. I'm not going to rush him. Now, did you see him push
Yeah.
weight forward?
Mm-hmm.
So the thought was a try, wasn't it?
Yeah. So release.
There you go. Release. Tell him it's okay. Now things might get worse before they get better in a minute. Things might get worse before they get better. Things might get. We might have a little breakdown. As long as we can have a breakthrough, it's better. You know. So. So again, that was a forward thought, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you recognise the forward?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to praise him for that because he touched it, didn't he? He touched it for me. Yes, he did. Right then. Now I'm going to make sure he doesn't. Did you see me block him?
Yeah, sure.
He's got to know my space is everything. Again, a thought, a try, reward the slightest try. Tell him how good he is. Now we'll bring it back to it and we'll lower his head around it. Okay? So we can relax around it and have a little break for that. Now that was, whose idea was that?
His.
That was his idea, wasn't it? That was his idea then. Because I'd rewarded and let him know he got time at his own pace. You know? He's telling me, am I doing all right, mate? It's men, innit?
He's that sweet with everyone.
Everybody is lovely, isn't he?
Lovely guy.
Yeah.
Now, here's the biggie.
Other way.
There's some wonderful women trainers. I've studied trainers for 25 years. But there's some amazing. Now I'll ask him just to. Now I'm going to tuck, not cluck. Last foot. Thank you. Look at me. Thank you. The best trainers I've come across have been men. Okay? There's some wonderful women trainers, and I've tried to work out what it is. And I've learned loads from some great trainers. Leslie Desmond's one of them. She's written a book, Horsemanship Through Feel. If you ever get a chance, read it. It's fantastic. And I think men can be less emotional about things. Now, I don't know if this is the best way I can explain, and I won't argue it with people, but I've seen so many great women trainers and they get emotional about stuff and can be tearful if things aren't working and can get angry. The best trainers I've come across are men that never change their expressions, that they don't get up about their own horses, they treat other horses exactly the same. That's what, my opinion is. So, I've got my forward, I'm building all this up. I've got my forward, I've got my hind quarters, and then we'll ask him to go across again. But I'll take my time. See, when he does something, he thinks he's in trouble,
Yeah.
You noticed?
Yeah.
He thinks he's in trouble.
It's very interesting. It's interesting watching him.
No treats. Now I'm going to leave it at that for a minute because
It was good.
he was very, very good.
You
but
wouldn't try it from the other rein, so you ended doing it on both reins, so he hadn't just succeeded on one rein.
never even thought about that.
Because that's I would have been really happy with that, and that's sort of what I was
But I
doing.
did.
But then
I did it all on this rein, didn't I?
Yeah.
Are you saying I should do it on the other rein?
Yeah,
I do-
I feel that I
that's
always
what we
need
would
to do
always do.
everything on both
Yeah.
reins.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right or wrong.
Personally, when you've got something, how scary was this? A few times I've said to you, I'm going to start on the side he's happy with.
Yeah.
It's where you finish, not where you.
So
You
would
might
mean that
lose. You might lose through our stubbornness a little bit.
Yeah.
We might lose something we gain.
Yeah.
No, that's
So I would say do it 3 or 4 days this side,
And then do the other side.
but you let him decide to do it. You notice it was on a loose rein, and he was trying to please me.
Would you agree with?
But I would do it the other side. I would get things good one side, and then, but you've got to take what you can get that day.
Yes,
2 days of that, and I'd go the other side then. He's got half a chance, isn't it?
I think what I do
You
is
can
I
lose.
set goals the day before, and then I work until I get them, and I think perhaps I should just work till I get a try.
Well,
instead.
that's really good if you're a factory manager or something like that, isn't it? Not with, you have to work with the horse you got today. So sometimes goals are great, but we've got to be willing to change how your horse is that day, and don't be too determined, because they don't work on a clock, they don't work on a list, do they? But the fact that he would crave this, if you imagine that. If you was working him in here or riding him out and you come back in and he was frightened of something and you let him rest by it, or let him just do one over it and then let him rest by it, he won't be frightened of that.
It's still
Right.
not here.
So
Do you know how to?
we're not going to do no more with that, because that's a good way to end. What I'm showing you is there's a lot of good here
Yeah.
with the right training and the right respect for you, that
He believes he can do it.
and he's trying to please me. So the more respect he has for me, now I'm going to back him up with the equipment now, which is going to help you backing up with the rein. I'm going to release for that foot, release for that, 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 and I do that with the bit as well, because this rein, this rear end, you've got to get that good on the ground, so that the more they'll rein back with a bit in the mouth, the less they'll rear. At least then you got more of a chance of doing something when they're reining back, haven't you? Yeah, so that's got to be good. That has got to be good. Yeah, that's lovely. Ooh. communication. There's no difference about our relationship. Yeah?
I
So-
never go straight out because I have to shut the gate because there's nobody here. So I just go out, come back, shut the gate with him, and then turn around.
Okay.
So
Well, okay.
that's what we do.
Well, see, I would make that an opportunity for me to use it for something. So I would bring him out now. See what I would do. Bring him out. I'm immediately gonna stop, back him up, one pace, thank you. So I'm coming out here. Yes, bit too close to me. I want an immediate stop and I stop. Too close to me, so I'd love this. This would be perfect. One pace too much. Perfect. Right, now what I would do, there's my feet forward. There's my disengage. Right? Stop. I would close the door, and then what do you think I'd do? I'd either turn him or I would use the opportunity to release him back for each step.
Right.
Look at his foot, touch, that's that foot, release, that's that foot, release, that's that foot, release, that's that foot, release, release, release. Now I'd stop, tell him, look, you can get quiet there with me, and then take him back. So I haven't, look at it, all of it's not wasted.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, after a couple of hours of quite high-powered groundwork and explanations, we had a break, and me and Tanya had a cup of coffee. We had a little tour of the rescue centre, and then we were shown the hospital and the what? Sorry,
Vet.
the veterinary surgeon.
Yeah.
Veterinary surgeon and a butt-in features.
Hospital.
And we were shown a few other things as well, so we've got a couple of clips of that now.
About 4 rescue horses.
200 dogs.
There's how many rescue horses are there? 6 rescue horses here?
Yeah. Well,
7.
we'll be the 7th.
Yeah.
Leah, do you want coffee tea?
No, I'm alright.
Are you willing to have a little ride in a second?
Oh, what? Right.
Yeah. You go out on Reno?
I can, or Sylvia can. This is her horse. I kind of feel like she should.
Okay, whatever you
I
think.
technically work in, so I don't really want to take over.
She might. I'm sure she might.
Oh my
Whatever you
goodness.
She's so cute.
Hello, baby. Hello. So they've even got their own vets. It's amazing,
Amazing,
isn't
yeah.
it? What a fantastic
Leave that
outfit.
nurses, and we've got.
I think it might help. I just said to Sylvia.
This is a real wolf. Hello, Faithless. Hello, Faithless.
He knows me.
Wow. No. Hello. Hello.
Who's that?
It's all right. Hello.
Brave.
Hello.
Brave. Brave.
He's lovely, isn't he?
I like little quarter horses. They're only about 14.3.
I had a little Arab. I
Did
love
you?
that.
What I would like to say, you see on the bit, you need a strap which goes around there, not tight, but it'll stop this going through his mouth. This will, if you
Put it
ever,
on my western.
you know,
bit.
you,
We were gonna get like a full cheek also.
full cheeks are good. That's a John Lyons thing. I don't think you really need it that high myself, because he's, you see, it's pushing up on his mouth. Look, with all the wrinkles. The thing is, he'll never have a release. If you imagine me putting a,
Do you want us to drop it?
well, not today, because we're just seeing where you are. I don't want him. You really need to drop it and let him carry it in the stables and stuff, so he learns to pick it up. Because what's happening is, you'll never get him light in the future, light enough. He's always got pressure.
Contact.
So you let them hold it. But you need to put, if you are going to use that, and you do drop it a bit,
Yeah.
there's nothing stopping the bit coming through the mouth.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is, if he starts spinning on you, he's got the added thing of having a big ring in his mouth, and it sends him a bit. So you need it's called not a curb strap, but it's similar. So it just fits from here underneath the rein.
Yeah, I've got it on my Western tack and it's
Yes.
got a shoe fly hanging off it.
Perfect. Perfect. You've got Western tack as well.
Yeah.
What's the make of the saddle?
He's,
Do you bring it back from Tucson?
no, I did a 3,000-mile ride out to
Wow.
Tucson and I took my saddle over.
3,000 miles, you actually did that?
Wow. 5 months. I raced
Wow.
about
5 months.
She raised 50,000.
Amazing.
I walked back from the London Eye.
Who did you do it with though? Who did you do it with?
I did it on my own.
What age were you in?
Oh, I was over
This
here.
was like 17 years ago. 3 years ago, I walked back from the London Eye to here. I raised 75
With
grand.
what horse?
75
Two
grand.
dogs. I
Two
walked
dogs
two
you
dogs
walked?
back, yeah.
Oh,
When I was
wow.
9, we did from
What's your next? What's your...
to home with the 2 Shetland ponies on a little flatback trolley cart.
Wow.
I
Wow.
walked and I drove the ponies.
I ran.
Whoa.
Yeah.
My waterproof trousers are too tight, and I can't unless I pull.
Lots of turns.
I came across some really extreme things, like police chasing people and Mexicans going over the border and yeah.
Mountain lion.
Yeah. I rode the Tohono O'odham Indian Reservation. It's very, very big, really, really big area, bigger than UK.
I think we might have been in it actually.
Yeah, I'm sure
We
you were.
travelled down
Mutton
to
shoe, yeah.
Yuma. If you wanted to stop at the count of 6, show me how you stop. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay. Right. Now, you know you want him eventually. This won't be what I'll explain to you today or anything, but you see you've just released the reins then. You just stopped, didn't you? You just released the reins and look where his position of his head is. It's up and its nose is out, yeah? I never ever stop a horse and release it until its nose comes to the position we want. So, because if we release when they're up and nose out, that's where they think they should be. Do you understand that, girls? So, but it's just something I wanted to make you aware of. You only ever release, you've just released 4 times for the wrong thing. I don't mean this in a bad way, but I just hold my hands up with pressure until they find the position you want and let it go.
Okay, so you mean mum's playing?
Well, when I stop, right, I would never release the rein until I got that position.
So
Every
you
time.
hold your hand up like this.
Yeah, just hold your hand up and wait for the position to come right, then drop the reins. Yeah, not bad. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's not high enough.
There, let's go, let go. Do you see that, girl? Right. So if you do that 300,000 times, you'll have a nice light horse with a desired. Hold it and play around with your hands till you get that little spot and then drop the reins. Don't let go. Don't let go. Think about that head coming nice for you. There, let go. Because there was a try. Do you see the try?
So you just start with the little tries and then build it.
Yeah. He'll never get a release with me, none of my horses, till their position's right and they're light in hand.
Yeah.
Now he might at this point do a spin because I can feel him tense because there's a horse box. The lorry's coming down. He'd never ever seen this before.
Well, do you want me to come and hold him for a second?
No. I'd like you to see what.
Right, remember, release. Right, girls.
Forward. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you're learning a bit today, you are, aren't you? You're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Because it's these simpler things that make all the difference. And we're not shown, no one shows us how easy it is to... Right, now, I didn't want to tell you about that at the moment. It's just that I know how nice he'll look if he's all beautifully there. Right, now, what I want you to do, when you think he's going to be safe, I want you to come to the middle here. And then stop him, blow out. Don't release until he goes soft and finds a position for you. There. Is that it? I missed it.
Try.
Yeah, okay. But you want it in the right direction so that he doesn't think, yes, beautiful.
like the girls say, I'm going to call you girls because I keep forgetting your name, right? When the head's up, I wouldn't give too much release, you see. I would say, no, we don't want you up there and all hollowed out, we want you there. So I would love it every time they'd come up. Right, oh lovely. Right, now, what I want you to do is hold the buckle. I want you to run, you're going to lift your hand up, run your hand quite far down, then you're going to put your hand on the neck, the other one, and then you're going to let go. Right, and you're going to let go. That's the start of the process of a one rein stop, okay? You've got to lift up, run your hand down, put that on the neck, the other one. Now, let go. What I'm going to ask you to do in a second is do the same thing. Now I want you to bring this head around to this point here. Okay? Now, you tell me he keeps spinning. Keep spinning. Well, he's got to know that pressure from those reins with your hand on his neck means stand still, not spin. Now, I've got a feeling he's going to spin. If he does, this is where you may have to do it. You've got to stay on, you've got to hold until the feet stop. I may have to do it on the ground first. We'll just see if you can.
I'll move
But
slightly
there's,
away just
yeah.
in case you...
Now, am I making sense here, girls? What I'm saying?
Okay, got it.
We're going to pick it up again.
Well, come by me then. I don't want them to get notes on my watch.
We'll move it out the way.
Don't release. More simple than you think. Right. Well, it's not. Simply it's not. Right, that was on requested coordination, so and then you've got to release for each foot. So release. So release for each foot. Right, if you want a good round. Now, wait till this is
start
gone.
with his head down. I want to start with him in a relaxed way.
You can hold it there and only release when his head comes down. And then,
Do you think I've not put enough pressure to make it?
well, widen your hands a little bit and then just wait for this to come down. There, he's trying.
Just that level.
Yeah, and then eventually, they've gone, only release when he comes down, only release when he, there's the tries, yes? But ours, like thousands of times.
Yeah.
But if he was a baby and hadn't had a bit in, it would be minutes. Put the problem in there, but you didn't. It's easy to put a problem in, it's blooming hard to do. Same with the dog, is that right? Same with the dog? Right, so,
Even people.
yeah. Right, show me again. Show me the one rein stop before you ask. Hands up. I practice this on a chair. I get people to practice it inside.
Okay.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Right, let's see then. Let's see if we get a spin. If you have to pull out of it, you pull out of it. All right? So you're gonna hold on the neck and wait, hold on the neck. And then just don't let go until those feet stop. Just relax. And the second that, yes, let go, because the last foot stopped.
Yeah.
Agreed? Yeah. But when the hand's on the neck, and you've done your prerequisite, which is this, on the neck, and hold, till the feet stop, then let go. Now, eventually, you don't let go until the mouth goes soft.
Yeah.
For now, we can't have it all.
So ideal scenario is he would bring his head round and just stand with his head round, is it?
Yes, that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Shall I do it this way now?
No, you're going to get it good this side. Right? Right, run your hand down, then on the neck, and then with quality, hold the neck, and then not quite so, yeah, go on, then now you've committed, and when he's, let go, give him a rub. Better than I thought?
Yeah.
Right? You have to have a little period in between, and again, same thing again, up, down, then on the neck, and then round to there, and hold. If he spins, you hold on your, just hold, and relax. And think of those feet stopping. Relax. Yeah? Eventually we wouldn't release for that pull on his head. All we're trying to do at first is connect it to the feet stopping. And again this side. Up, down with quality, hold on the neck, round to there, and don't move, don't let go till the last foot stops. Till the last foot stops. Very good, but try and let the horse stop and keep its head there a little bit, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe letting that go too fast. But already we're getting better. What? With quality, up, down, perfect, hand on the neck, and then just hold until he gives. There, give it back.
You didn't snatch it back.
He tried, but everyone's their own, isn't it? Right, same thing again, with quality, gracefulness, down on the neck, and then just bring it round, and hold, and hold. Yes, there you go, give him a rub. Now then, how did that feel?
Yeah, that's
Now I've made you practice that enough to give you an idea how to do it.
Yeah.
An idea how to do it. Now the other side. It might be like starting over, so we'll come this side. It might be like starting over, but if he spins, you hold on your hip. You hold on your hip. Your hip, not there. And hold, and just relax. Hold it. Hold it. So here, he's not so comfortable seeing your mum out the other eye, you see. So you hold, don't look at him. And right, can you just, well, you've just witnessed something there. Did you just witness when I said to your mum, don't look at him, he stopped immediately? Okay. Did he not? And that is so good to see. Right, okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Quality, raise up, go down on the neck, and then think about going to your hip and hold. Wow, leave it.
Good.
Right. Really good. So this bit now, where nothing has been done for what, 3 minutes, is where he learns.
Yeah.
He doesn't learn from all, he learns where to get the release, but he learns there was something in it for him by you doing 0 there and talking to us. And he's brought his head down, he looks relaxed, his ears have cocked off to the side. That's called soaking in. That's where he learns. That's where he learns. So what you'll do, you'll get a flex and you're going to hold. Then you're going to look down at the side you've got the flex. You're going to look down at the hindquarters. Your weight will have to come forward in the seat a little bit because to move the hindquarters, the weight has to be on the front for the back to come around, okay? For the front to come around, we put the weight on the back. So all I want you to do is to try and hold, put your leg back, hold on your hip, put your leg back, and see whether you can get a disengagement. Okay. Then you take hand off. Right, so first job, down, right, hand on the neck, hold the neck. Right, now hold it there on your hip, look down and bump his hindquarters over. Go on, bump, look down at it, bump. Now keep it there, you let go. But put your hand on the neck and get a flex again. Yes, right, now you're gonna, okay, when you're ready, let go. Right, so what needs happening, he needs to be taught this in the ground first, because you're getting a little bit confused with that. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you want to do it here?
No.
All you're doing, you're getting the flex, which you're getting really good at, with the hand on the neck, you're taking it off then, and then you're holding the flex, you're just asking him for his hindquarters to...
I just keep him moving.
Just once is fine.
Just once.
But
If he
then,
backs,
and then put you've got to hold his neck, hold it, keep your rein, and then touch his neck and wait for him to stop.
if he backs up, what do you want me to do?
Just keep
Just keep
focused.
him
Yeah,
Okay.
ask him for a flex, then let it go because we don't want him thinking he's going to move all the time.
Okay.
So ask for a flex, then hand on the neck, then no, you put that by your bum. Yeah, okay, let it go. Try and practice this with your reins in the house. Try and remember. All right, do it again. Hand on the neck. Hold. Right, now, take your hand off. Look back. Now look back and see whether you can get hindquarter yield. Now, yes, now just hold it. Hand on the neck. Wait for it to flex. Yes.
Now, yeah, keep going.
Now this is something your mum can
practice in here, left and right hand side, to your heart's content.
Yeah.
You can't overdo it. But you've got to be able to control his power.
Yeah.
I get it good enough that I just even lift my hand and look down there and they'll disengage for me. So if they got worried or started bucking or thinking of rearing, I take my rein and I say, come on now. And I might do that 10 times. Yeah? It's the back leg you're crossing. Okay. How is this all making sense? I don't want to bog you down with it. I think that's enough for you to practice. What we'll do now, do you want me to should we go out for a little walk?
Yeah, should we walk down the hill?
Is your
before
girth tight?
I get my problems, maybe.
I know the groundwork.
See the jump wobbling. Need a proper mountain.
She does need a proper mountain block.
You want a mountain block and you want to teach him to side up to it.
You know what?
Don't set him up to fail. Let's try and have a nice...
Oh,
Yeah. Don't get him following for some time.
oh.
Now stop him there. What a stop. What a stop. Well, you thought it. Right, with quality, do your little flex. Oh, when the car's gone.
Thank you.
Now, do your reins now, like I said, with quality, up, on the buckle. Hang on, think about what you're doing. Yes, on the buckle. Run your hand down with this. Yes, lovely. You've got to hold the neck though. You put your hand on the neck. Yeah, and again, lift up, rub down on the neck, and hold until feet to stop. Lovely. Hold until it stops. Hold until he stops. Hold until he stops. The more he moves, the better. Just hold. Lovely, lovely. Let go. Lovely. Turning towards me. Right, okay, stop. With quality now, the other side. So you're going to run up with your left hand, run your hand down, hold on the neck. Yeah, and then get the flex. Yes. Yes. So you'd practice things like that at different places. It should be no different. Okay, so which way do we go?
We're going down.
Now there's no shame in, till all of these exercises are good in here, having somebody, there's enough staff here, to have somebody come out with you like this for a few weeks. Do you agree, girls? Mm-hmm. That's what I would say. And if you need, don't get into a fight with him till you've got all this good. Your one rein stops, your disengagements, your groundwork like I was doing it, getting him to trust you to go over those things, get all that good. So you're more of a leader in that saddle than what you was. So it's not immediate. So which way should we go?
That way.
Okay, so
A dog bite or a dog bite?
So at this second,
dog
he
by
just
the end
wanted
of
to
it.
follow you down.
Well, of course
Shall
he
I
will.
go 2 steps down that way and then come round?
yeah, but don't
Don't make
See,
it a
you're-
battle.
You see, I
You're-
would have just
you're-
given. I would have gone. He's been brilliant there. Let's go.
Yes.
got it.
Okay,
Yes.
all right,
But in your psyche, you're a woman that's done a lot of adventures, and I know what you're thinking. I don't think he'll go that way, because you thought he would nap. So he will nap because you're thinking it. Am I not right?
Well, the fact he followed you, I just wanted him to
Yeah,
do
okay,
something
well,
that
you
I
see
wanted
whether you
him
can...
to
All right, then, come into here. Look at where you're going to go. There, stop, 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 stop. Right, finish on that note. He went forward for you.
So, I totally get. I know. I'm so like you. I'm so like you. It's untrue. I would do exactly the same. But I also see the merit in not doing it.
Yeah. Oh, I know your mum
You
would...
would have been as good just asking him to chop his head a tiny bit or something. I would have thought.
Do you want to take it out of the right? Yeah, take it out. You want to write on
No, you say it there.
Trot, your one rein stop. I've just shown you the very start of it. You've got to get it so you can walk, trot, and even canter. Run your hand down with the set and stop him. It's all there.
Once you're
But
confident,
nothing's
he is
overnight.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
He feels the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once. So, okay. Well, we didn't realise the time had gone on as much as it did. So we'll head back now. And you must start these exercises, and then I'll come back, see how you've got on with them, what you're having trouble with, and we'll build it from there. Well, it was an Andalusian, and I did live in Spain. I did buy this in Spain, so I got into character for the final thoughts on the video.
So can you speak Spanish?
Hola amigos. And I remember cerveza grande. That's a big beer, yeah?
Yeah.
I forgot a lot of it. But yeah, what a visit that was. Didn't expect all the high-poweredness of it all. What a beautiful horse, and what a great place for us to visit. We'll post, you know, like an update. I'll be going in a few weeks' time, see how things are going. You never know, I might get a little ride on the horse as well, which we'll put on here. But yeah, anything else? We had a message.
We have a lovely little message.
Yeah, we had that earlier today.
I'll read that to you now.
Yeah, this is from Sylvia.
From Sylvia.
The owner of the...
It says, wanted to personally thank you for your time, knowledge, care and kindness to me and Reno. He was to be my dream. And though he is not, as I wished, I am his guardian and I will be responsible to turn his life around. Your help and knowledge will enable to me to do this. I am so grateful. Best wishes, Sylvia. So I'd just like to say, guys, that, you know, please like and share this, you know, video. And if it helps, Sylvia has done amazing with the rescue. She rescues so many animals. She's dedicated her life to this.
So maybe if this video gets out there enough, you know, it'll make it easier for them. So we'll end it there then. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Plenty of learning as well, which is like the primary thing for me, is to get people to have better relationships with horses. So see you again, guys.
Adios.
Adios.
Hey.